Well, with me to discuss the latest development of this story is Dr. Awol Allo. He's a human rights fellow at the London School of Economics here in London. Now, Doctor, what do you make of this climb down by the Ethiopian government?
Now, the government and various officials, both at the federal and the state level, have been giving conflicting statements on the fate of the master plan. But I think the statement that came out today seems very conclusive that the master plan is scrapped. But I think there is a very important context which is absolutely crucial for understanding the crisis that's unfolding now. The Ethiopian constitution, which was written under the direction of the current party, which is in power, recognized and acknowledged the special interest of the Oromo people in the Oromia region on Addis Ababa. And it specifically mandates Parliament to enact laws specifying the terms and conditions under which Oromos and Oromia region can benefit from this special relationship with Addis Ababa. 20 years on, that law has not been enacted, and yet the city of Addis Ababa continued to expand. On the last 10 years alone, more than 10,000 Oromo farmers have been expelled. So what the protesters are basically saying is that the constitution, the master plan is unconstitutional, that it is a blueprint for a de facto annexation.
And obviously definitely calling for negotiations. But do you think any suspension at all would stop these protests that have been going on since November, September, October?
I think what happened over the course of the last 1 month, when protesters came out to the street to basically defend the Constitution, because the Constitution does say that there has to be law that regulates the relationship between the city and neighboring Oromia regions. The Constitution is clear. The government has not made that law. Nevertheless, it continued to expand the city into neighboring Addis Ababa. So what the protesters were basically saying is that the Constitution should be respected. And the response of the government was to use violence. And this violence, as you said, cost the lives of 140 people. And what the protesters are not...
You know, I'm just looking at other parts of the continent, Africa now, where, you know, development is very slow, it's very, very small. But the government in Ethiopia is actually quite well known for completing its developmental plans when it actually launches them. And we just saw the light rail project in Addis last year. I mean, won't the Oromo people be losing out if they refuse this expansion of the capital into their territory?
Well, what the Oromo people are asking is a fair development process that ensures the effective participation of the people that are affected by these policies in the government, in the development program. They are not against development, they are for development, but what they are saying is that there has to be an accountable democratic scrutiny that is attached to every development process. The government pursues a policy of development and state which doesn't take account of the will of the people. So the question is not whether the Oromo people will lose out. The question is whether the Oromo people would have a say in development projects and policies that would advance their interests as people.
Okay.
If this goes ahead, this basically cleanses the Oromo culture from the area.
Okay, Dr. Awol Allo from the London School of Economics, thanks for coming in to talk to us about this.